Good morning, I'm Stewart Bloor, starting the day with a cup of tea and some toast. It's 4:15 a.m. What gets me up at such a time? Well, not being a morning person, there's only one thing that'll get me out of my bed at this time of the day, and that's fishing. Off to fish with Steve today. We're actually being filmed by Ian Chapman, so we've got a long journey ahead of us. We're off to another country this morning, well, Wales. So got our passports ready, but seriously, off to Wales to do some fishing today. Really looking forward to it. It's a perch fishing expedition, and hopefully I won't bring a curse or a jinx to the proceedings, and we will catch the fish that we need for the cameras. So 4:15. I bet Johnny Depp doesn't have to get up at this time, does he? And he's a movie star. Driving now, we're actually in Wales. We've just stopped for a Costa coffee, so enjoying that. Just driving along, and there's Steve, but I won't ask him to just wave there. I missed that, Steve. Could you do it again?
Morning.
Yeah. I won't ask him to say anything because he's driving. Next stop, Water's Edge. I hope you enjoyed the shots that have appeared on the screen from our day out in North Wales. We had a fantastic day, as you will have seen. I had a couple of big perch. Steve Collett outfished me, though he did far better than that. But we had a wonderful day. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the camera out because we were filming for a programme, so just the shots for that particular session. But to complete the week, I'm still after perch. I'm on the local canal. I don't have a lot of time this week in the sense that I can do a full session somewhere, and also as well we're still getting very, very cold nights, overnight frosts, -7, -5 we've had this week, so the canal is frozen slightly in the morning, but it's quite a powerful sun, clear sky, and so it's melting by mid-morning. So you have to make do with what you've got before you. So what I am going to do to finish the video off is to have a couple of short, very short, just a couple of hours spinning sessions for perch on my local canal. I won't catch as big a fish as I did up in North Wales, but I like spinning, it's fun, and at the end of the day that really is what fishing should be all about. I didn't catch anything spinning. In fact, I only had an hour and a half. But I've had an unexpected bonus, and that bonus is in the form of a little bit extra time in the day towards the end of the week. So I'm back on the canal, but this time I'm doing a sit-down session. I've just arrived, and I'm setting up my gear. So I'm sorting that out now. I'm going to fish 2 rods, but I'll talk you through those later. It's a beautiful day, very, very spring-like. In fact, you could even describe it as early summer, but the nights are still cold. We're still having overnight frosts and lots of ice all over the car to scrape off in the morning. The water temperature, as a result, I'm looking just down there. First thing I do when I get it, put the thermometer in, it's 4.7. So, could be better. On the other hand, it could be worse. Am I hopeful? Always hopeful, positive. That's what you've got to be when you go out fishing. I've had a good day up in North Wales. Struggled last time out on the canal for spinning for perch, but this time hopefully I'll end with a good fish or 2. First rod ready to cast out. This is a ledger rod, as you can see there in front of the camera. Just a tiny 1/4 ounce lead. That's a free running lead there. And then I've created a hook length by putting a size 6 shot on, and then a 5mm bead just over the top of that, like so, and a hook length of about 4 inches, and a size 10 Drennan super specialist hook. I'm going to fish worm. I'm fishing towards the far bank. I wouldn't call it overhanging vegetation as such, because it's still not the time when the things are growing yet, but nevertheless from last winter there's still some stuff on the far bank overhanging the canal, so I'm going to fish to that, put out some dead maggots, brown crumb as a carrier, get that rod out, fishing off the bank sticks, bite alarm and a very light hanger. So that will be the first rod out. Hopefully I'll get something on that before I even start to set the second rod up, which is a float rod, and I'll talk you through that in a moment. I didn't get a fish. That was a little bit optimistic, although sometimes you get one on the first cast. This is my float setup, very simple there. It's a 3BB Waggler, 1.2 gram. It's got a yellow tip there. That'll help me with the conditions if they get a little bit overcast later in the day. I can see that a little bit better than perhaps some of the other colours, just a personal preference. And then I'm fishing in 6 feet of water. I've put the shot pretty much strung out evenly to help the bait get to the bottom. That's where I'm fishing, really, on the bottom. I'm not expecting to catch anything on the drop. About 1 inch or 2 inches even from the hook, I've got a size 6 shot. There is flow on the canal, so this will act as an anchor. And then, don't look if you're squeamish, and then size 10 hook again with a worm. That's half a worm there, so quite a big one. Put that one out quite close to the other bait. Get the dead maggots going in regularly, just a small ball every now and then, and all comes to plan, I'll have a perch for the camera. I'm into a fish. I've just had a run on the ledger rod, which I struck, and there was nothing there, but the float has just disappeared, and I'm playing a fish. Oh, it's a perch. Nice one for the canal as well. Just about to make the net. Yes, brilliant. Excellent. Not as big as the fish in North Wales, but you have to take into account the venue, and it's a good fish for the venue, as you'll see in a moment. There you go. As I say, not as big as the ones we were catching in Wales, but beautiful fish for this particular venue. Dorsal fin's got a chunk out there, so it's quite a distinctive fish. Got to give this one a kiss, even if it is from the canal, and put it back. Go on.